Huh? FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, FHO, sell on your radio. Big sell on your radio, best podcast show since the Misfits couldn't carry on, but I'ma carry on and get the party cracking. The homegirl 7 carats, no protection passing. Yeah, she on the rock. If you want action, 800 plus, it's a known fashion. Keep her back up playing cause the wheels cracking. Big sell and keep it real. What a passion. All gas, no break, in and out of traffic. You see your brother on a hole, respect the passions. Whether they outlaws or outcasts. Big sales top 5 when you in traffic. Roger ride, mind your business, stay in your own lane. Respect others in the set the game. Spread black love the old fashioned way. You miss the West with the South, it's a master pass. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio.
Again, appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the donations. No doubt. Don't forget, man, support the channel, support the platform. I need you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. And again, man, I love you guys. Don't forget the 5 things I'm gonna leave you with. Ride your own ride, stay in your own lane, mind your business, have enough love in yourself to have some love for me. We're gonna ride for love and let it ride, man. We gone, man.
FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio. FHO, 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 selling your radio. FHO, 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 sell on your radio.
This is FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
What up, what up, what up? What's happening, man? That's that intro, man. My man Kane 4L, you can't fuck with him, man. I love it, brother. I thank you so much. Say, man, tonight we on as long as y'all want to be on. Tonight is about y'all tonight. We doing Q&A. You want to ask Big Sell a question about motorcycling, ask me a question about me, ask me a question about the bike set, whatever it is, I'm going to try my best to answer them tonight. If you want to be on the show with me, text me to 424-242. Don't call me, just text me. 424-242-2355, and I will send you the link where you can be right here on the show with me tonight, and you can ask your question live and then be on the show. I just want to share this with everybody, this whole platform, this new thing that I got going on. So anybody want to be on tonight, again, text me 424-242-2355, and I'll send you the link. You hit that link and you'll come right on and be on the show with me. But tonight is Q&A. Just questions. I want you guys to give me questions about, my thing of it is how do you guys feel about the bike set? Does it really matter? You know, if we are no longer able to wear vests, does it really matter? I mean, what, you know, MC, RC, SC, independent, you know, what's the deal with the OMCs? Why does it have to be a big brother? You know, all these different things. Anything you want to ask tonight, I want you guys to ask them. I want us to talk about it. Tonight is just going to be a laid back Sunday. It's church. We're going to call this FHO Church. All right. So let's do that. FHO Church tonight. Ask whatever. Bring your questions to the altar, man. You know what I'm saying? Bring all your questions to the altar. If you don't want to ask your questions, what up, Emo? My man Emo in the building. If you don't want to ask your questions, publicly like that, or you don't want to be on publicly, just send me a text tonight. We're answering questions tonight. My man Grip doing his thing too, man. So again, tonight is FHO church. We're gonna call it church. Bring all your questions to the altar, man. You feel me? And that's what we're gonna do. So I really don't have no real agenda tonight. I just wanted to come on and just really give you guys the opportunity to ask questions, to say, hey, what's happening, Big Sale? Also, what do you guys feel about FHO? You think it's a waste of time? Y'all think I do this for the likes, the giggles? Are you learning something? Am I teaching you? Is the shit valid? What it is. What's happening? Really, 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 what is it, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it tonight, man. I need y'all tonight. Tonight show's about y'all, and we're gonna get it figured out, man. So let me see something. Let's go. Hold on.
What's up, Big Sale? This is your boy, Pastor Nate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles. If I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you, I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Sale, shawty.
Wow, my bad. Oh, I did all that with no sound. My bad. I got to get used to working the board. Here I go, y'all. I'm sorry. So to answer my man's question was okay, and thank you for that. I'm having to look. Sounds, can't hear or nothing. Okay. The question was, why did I pick MA over MC? And I'm gonna say this again. I came onto the bike set via like I said, my wife introduced me. My wife introduced me to the set. Meeting her and hanging out with her. So I first came onto the set. My very first club was Block Burners MC. And at the time, Block Burners MC had a car club division. Okay. And I joined Block Burners MC based on the car club division. And from there, what up, Erica Lucius, all the way from New York. What's up, New York in the building? From there, I got into the bike, was following them around. We would do our thing, follow them around, hang out with them. And from there, that's what I birthed into. I said that to say this. I went from I went from block burners. I left block burners and got a motorcycle, okay, and graduated to at that time regulators. Regulators was and still is one of the baddest sports bike clubs here in Georgia. They are one of the oldest sports bike clubs here in Georgia, and they are the front runners in a lot of different things here in Georgia. So I graduated from block burners. No disrespect to block burners, but I'm saying block burners was almost relatively new. Left block burners. I got you coming in, Ike, in a minute. I'll see you. I left block burners and then joined regulators. Was with regulators. It was a co-ed club. Left regulators and then I was independent for a while and just was riding, doing my thing. And then I joined Kings of the South. Got in Kings of the South and did pretty good with them, man. I worked my way up, but I had too much energy and just was a lot going on. So end up with the social media thing kind of took place and just to protect the club and some other stuff, man. We're not going to sugarcoat shit. It just was what it was. I ended up leaving the Kings, and then that's what made me say, hey, I want to be around the bike set. I want to be able to educate. So I left the Kings, and then I started FHO, and FHO will be it, man. It's pretty much got me there. So I chose MA over MC because with MA and with what I'm doing with FHO, we don't have to deal with all of the politics and all of the, the politicking that goes along with it. I decided to join up with the AMA, American Motorcycle Association, get with them, get all my paperwork. I'm certified, got my certificate on the board, and just everything on that level. Started setting up a structure. I want to structure a business and a family business, and that's what FHO was. So that's what that was for me. Let me bring on the guest, man. Let me add my boy. Say, man, what's going on with you, baby? You on, man, with your boy Big Sal? What's happening, Ike?
What's going on, bro? How things going, man?
Man, it is what it is, man. What's good, fella? Man. What's good, baby?
Man, I can't call it, man. It's just out here working, doing my thing.
Okay, well, introduce yourself, man. Tell the people who you is, man.
Ike, part of the FHO family.
Okay.
Started off in a social club because that's exactly what it is. But that was Rough Riders. I was in Rough Riders for about 8 years. Decided to leave after a whole bunch of bull crap. So basically, that's what happened, and a whole lot of people not riding.
Because when I first met you, you I think we met. I think you were following me, but then I went up coming to California, me and Snowman, and you ended up meeting us right there, almost at the border, coming into California or something like that. Right?
Yes, that is true. At the first time that we met, I was a member of Rough Riders. As a matter of fact, I was president at the time. As you say, that was one of the fastest rides that you had going through California.
Boy, it was a damn fool, man.
So yeah, but man, we've been kicking it since 2013.
Yeah. But that was actually when you picked me and Snowman up, man, and on the 10. Yeah. And I think it took us over to Black Knights Motorcycle Club at the time.
Yep, that is true.
So from there, Ike, from that to now, man, what has the bike set been for you?
Technically, the bike set has been to me a whole bunch of repetitive efforts. There are some things and there are some clubs that have stepped their game up and have made the set different. Basically, is that they just want to do things different. They're thinking outside the box. I think that's where you and I think the same. Is that I'd rather go to an event where a club is thinking outside the box versus doing the same old. And another aspect that you and I agree on is that we enjoy the ride versus the event per se. Because once you get to the event, you're just going to do the same old stuff. Now, it's always great seeing people that you haven't seen in a few months, a few years, if it's that long. And then outside of that, I'd rather go back to the hotel, get my rest, and get ready to actually get some more miles in.
From transitioning from Rough Rider to, because you went Rough Rider independent and you decided to join FHO. How different was being independent from being a Rough Rider?
Well, I was independent prior to Rough Riders, and I've always been a ground pounder. I was a ground pounder even on my sport bike. My sport bike, I was riding a 636. So I was putting 15 to 20,000 miles a year on my 636. Then I moved up to a ZX14 ZX14. I was putting 22,000 miles a year on a ZX14. I can say that I got to the point to where I disrespected the ZX14. So, and that's the reason why I came over to the actual Harley. But the actual difference is that I thought that joining Rough Riders would put me in a field where people enjoyed riding just as much as I did, because I was in Germany, and it was nothing like everybody dressing in our full leathers, meeting up at the spot, and we're going to hit corners. And that's what we did every single Sunday in Germany. Then I came back to the actual States, and it was boring. I didn't have anybody to ride with, and then people were cracking on me because I was riding around in full leathers. But that was the culture that I was from. So then I joined Rough Riders, hopefully to be around a solid group of people that enjoyed riding just as much as I did. And so I met some of those. And then it got to a point to where at one point I was just completely just riding by myself. And when I say riding by myself, that was doing state lines before I ever knew what state lines were.
Yeah,
I actually was riding state line. And my first cross country trip was done by myself. My very first Harley, I had no clue, no understanding, no mental capacity, didn't know nothing about checking weather. Just get out there and do it. And my very first ride, I actually rode through two major tornadoes coming through Amarillo, Texas, and Oklahoma City. I rode through both of them. And so that was my first time being introduced to rain gear because I wasn't prepared. That was my first time being introduced to having long sleeves, as far as like a lightweight jacket to wear while you're riding. And so then from there, you know how I do. If I got your address, I just pop up and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And
yeah.
so,
I remember you and Cheerio and them rode and came by the house too. I forgot y'all was going somewhere major then when you came through.
Yep, that is true. We were going to Myrtle Beach then.
Yeah. Well, brother, I appreciate you for chiming in. And again, like I said, if you guys don't know, you're up in the Maryland area, right? Washington D.C., Maryland area.
Yes, that's
any major. You got any major rides planned this year?
Really, man, I haven't checked the calendar, man. I've been so busy. I went through. Well, you know what I do, but I went through the impeachment without 45, so I had a lot of responsibility in that. And with my job, I just had so much going on that I wasn't keeping up with the actual schedule. And even now that I've moved over to a different position, I honestly have not checked the schedule. So, but I got to do that because now I got freedom to my weekends because I'm working with a new agency now. But I got weekend freedom now. So as soon as I get a chance to actually check the schedule, man, I'll definitely let you know. But I know that you'll be up here in our DC the third week of June. I want to say that you'll be up here. Ironically, that same weekend, I'm in a wedding that same weekend. So while you're riding north, I'll actually be riding south to the wedding because one of my friends is getting married. I'm riding with him to his wedding.
That's cool. That's hot.
Yes. So
well, again, brother, I appreciate you tuning in, man. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Definitely appreciate you being a member of FHO. And again, man, just stay tuned.
Oh yes. All right, bro. Hey, you be safe right there, man. Love you, bro.
All right. You too. All right, that's my man, Ike, FH. Let me answer some of these questions. D. Scott, why did you leave the MC and start with MA? Any regrets? First off, I left the MC. I was kind of just was in the MC, and it was just a lot of stuff going on, and my platform didn't quite go along with the MC, so I left. And when I left the MC, I didn't know what I was going to do at that time. I was so down. I was going to sell my motorcycle, just leave the whole scene together. But I'm glad I did stay. Came up with the idea to make FHO a motorcycle association. Did all the research, and got with the right people, put everything in order, got all the paperwork done, and decided to start Fast Harley's only motorcycle association. And it's probably one of the best things God has ever blessed me to be a part of and to be with, and actually to be a founder of it and a creator of it is cool. What are the benefits to the MA? the benefits to being a motorcycle association is we kind of eliminated all the politics. Me being around other MCs, being in some of the top 5 MCs on the black side, I consider the top 5 99ers. I kind of took a little bit from everything and structured FHO totally different from that, so that we wouldn't have all the same problems and have all of the same, issues that they had. So that was the good part. I was able to take everything from that. So being an MA is a lot different. We don't have all the political, politics about this and this and that. And it's just easier. It's easier. It's more comfortable. And it just fits better. Why not RC? Because I didn't want to be a RC. RC still have to deal with all of the drama. They still have to deal with all of the BS. Any downsides to RC? The only downside to being an RC is that you still have to deal with all of the BS. Shout out to my man Bruce Perry. Appreciate that donation, sir. That is one of the downfalls to being in a RC. It's just the politics, because it all belongs to the set. The way we're set up is we support the set, we function with the set, we motorcycle with the set, but we don't have all of the so-called same rules as the set. My man Bruce Perry had a question too. He got a good question. Do people actually enjoy riding as much as you do? Well, everybody with FHO do. The minimum requirements, the minimum mileage requirement for FHO MA, the family, is 8,000 miles a year. You have to ride 8K a year minimum in order to retain your status. If you do not ride 8,000 miles a year, you lose your status. We don't have dues. We don't have all the political rigmarole. But we do require, that you ride your motorcycle. Don't forget, if anybody want to be a part of the show, if you want to ask your question live on the show, text me 424-242-2355. Text me to that number. Again, let me put the number on the screen. Text me to this number and I'll bring you on the show. I will send you the link to get on the show and ask your question live. That's for anybody that wants to be on the show. So that's what it was for me. It was just better for me to do that. My man Bam Bam say, from your time with regulators, did you feel that sport bikes based MCs formed their own tradition? Let me see. From your time with regulators, did you feel that sport bike based MCs formed their own traditions? Do you think this was a source of conflict with older MCs? Let me say this. When I joined the regulators, you couldn't have told me, and still can't tell me, that the regulators is not a true, valid OMC 1% motorcycle club. The regulators have been a true MC from day one. They have been, and they are still, again, a motorcycle club. It didn't matter that you had a sports bike or a Harley Davidson. I didn't even recognize it, and I don't even think it matters now, because the regulators have been the regulators from day one. They have motorcycles. The regulators have had battles. The regulators have taken other people's vests and hung them upside down in their clubhouse. The regulators have had a clubhouse, I almost want to say almost from day one. They went to war. They did all of the shit that a motorcycle club has done, to protect their name, the regulators, and to stand on their ground and the whole 9 yards. I've seen it. I was there. So the regulators have never been nothing. Just because they were on sports bike, it was nothing different. They never motorcycle different. It was always just the regulators. I mean, and they rode out of state, on sports bikes. Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, Alabama. I mean, St. Louis, Missouri. I mean, so like I said, we rode our motorcycle. We rode on sports bikes. So I never knew that it was not, having a Harley, it was no difference, man. And the regulators, like I said, were and still is highly respected by all of the OMCs, by all of the big dogs. They are. The regulators are they are a real MC. So I hope that answers your question, because I don't know. They never were anything less than that to me. So that was that. Let me bring in another guest. What's going on, peoples? What's happening, man?
What up? What up?
What you got going on, man? Introduce yourself, man. Tell them who you is, man.
Man, this is New York from New York and Your City Live podcast. I'm the one that's responsible for having this great setup that you see here today.
It is, man. I appreciate all your help, and I appreciate you reaching out, man, and just making sure that we stay on point with this thing, man. What you got for me today, New York?
Man, first of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And also blessings to you, man. When you started this was like, to me, the answer to a lot of questions that I had, because I've been part of the bike set since I was 16. And I'm going to turn 38 now. And
Okay.
I'm one of the youngest here in the Midwest, because I'm in the Midwest. And I'm one of the youngest in the bike set, period. And, you know, I've seen a lot of things kind of change, and I see they trying to bring it back as far as we're here in the Midwest. And that's the unity. They're trying to bring it back. They're trying to get rid of all the bull crap that was going on and whatnot through the whole set. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because I think that's what it needs to go to. When I was part of the set scene in Atlanta, from Atlanta through all the way to Augusta, you know, back then, that's when Frozen Palace was on the corner, was popping.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
We would just ride to that, have a great time and whatnot. And then I seen stuff kind of veer off a little bit, and it wasn't even just there. It was everywhere I was going. From every state to every region I was going to was veering off. And now I'm glad it's kind of, you know, coming back to that from what I see here. And the only question I have is, you know, being you started this and whatnot and have really helped out a lot of people, how have the people been towards you as far as you starting everything?
Well, to be honest, and thank you. Number one, thank you for all your help, brother. Thank you. You and my other boy, Vito, you guys really helped me out and put me on this podcast platform. Greg Street has always preached me to get into podcasting. So shout out to my man, Greg Street, as well. But let me say this to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
I have never felt like a celebrity or a person of influence, or, you know, I'm just Big Sale, you know, and even you call me, and a lot of people are surprised when they call me and I actually answer the phone. I'm like, "What up, Big Sale?" They're like, "Oh, you." I'm like, "Yeah, what's going on? What you need?" You know. So to me, it's, and I think I'm blessed because I know I'm blessed because this what I do now. I would love to do. I just do it from my heart. So it's no effort. You understand what I'm saying? Other than just having the energy. Now, that's the part that I have to get from you guys, is the energy. It's a lot of times where I'm drained because I'm taking negative phone calls. I'm getting threatened. My life is being threatened, and people telling me to watch my back, and this and this and that. And who are you to think that you could teach this? And I mean, I go through all of that. I go through so much off camera that you guys don't see, and sometimes it's just draining, you know. But because this is what I do, I can't stop, you know. So no matter what you do, it's not an issue. I'm not going to stop. And it just is what it is. I don't get a lot of love here locally. I'm in Atlanta, and in Atlanta, I don't get a lot of love at all. And I don't really go out that much as well. I kind of like save, and it ain't so much that I don't go out because of it's Atlanta.
No, don't.
I just save my rubber for the highway, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I save my time, I save my rubber, I save my energy, all of that for the highway because I'm on the highway a lot. But I don't get nowhere near the love that I get when I go out of town, man. It's a beautiful feeling. I love to see everybody. Everybody's embracing me. You know, some people come to my room, say, "Man, I just want to ask you questions, man. I just wanted to know this." And I've helped a lot of people figure some stuff out. So for me, that's what it is. You know, but hey, whoever y'all say I am, you know, I'll take that. You know, some people don't fuck with me. Some people do. It just is what it is, man. So we must have lost my man, New York. Shout out to my man, Bam Bam, for that donation. I appreciate you, sir. Miss Erica Lucius, her question is, are there any sport bikes and road glide clubs, and could they be one club? Erica, 2 wheels. Only thing it takes is 2 wheels to be in a motorcycle club, no matter what those 2 wheels are attached to. All it takes is 2 wheels to be in a motorcycle club. So yes, there are clubs with Harleys and or sports bikes, and they mix and mingle together. Like I said, I was in the regulators, and there was a time where we started transitioning from sports bikes to Harleys. So yes, we rode together, so yes, ma'am, that does not make a difference. So I hope that answers that question for you, Erica. Don't forget, if you want to be on the show, man, hit me up. My man, Rogue Glider said, Yo, Big Sale, what do you think of the Indian Challenger? Seems like that bike is more than solid. Okay. Again, it's a beautiful looking bike. It damn near, one thing I don't like about people who don't have Harleys is they try to make their bike look like a Harley. You don't want a Harley. Oh, my man, New York is back. You don't want a Harley, but you want your bike to do everything. You want your bike to do everything to look like a Harley. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that, I notice about people that don't have Harleys and don't want to buy Harleys because, I'm not with the fad. I don't do what everybody else do, and that's fine. But quit making your bike look like a Harley. Everybody wants their bike to look like a Harley, but they don't want it to be a Harley. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. But again, one thing I will say is that I have yet to be on the highway and run into an Indian Challenger, out there getting miles. So, and it's a good looking bike. Will it hold up? Will it last? Will people ride them? I don't know. But shout out to Indian for for creating something that is, that is a decent looking bike. So I appreciate them for that.
One thing I was gonna say, Sel, before a phone call tried to interrupt me.
What you got?
Whatnot. You have been motivating a lot of people out there, especially me. I've always called you for advice here and there, and I look at you as the OG of the game. And that's what I know a lot of other people out here definitely do, even though you may not see yourself as that. Us, the people out here, we see that.
Well, again, and I appreciate you. I really do. I have to appreciate you guys. And I just want you guys to know this is not something that I do for likes and giggles and to be popular, because I would rather trade it in and just be me. You know what I'm saying? So what you see is me. This is me. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to laugh. I'm very seldom mad. It's always more people mad at me than I'm ever mad. I don't even get mad as far as that. Because when I do, it's just a different element for me. But there's a lot of people who talk shit behind my back, whatever. And it don't matter. One thing that I do realize is that I have opened myself up to criticism. So it's easy to throw a rock at Sale. It's easy to throw a stone at Sale. It's easy to criticize or judge me because I'm here. I'm in the eyes of the public and the whole 9 yards. So there's a lot of criticism that I do take. There's a lot of, it's a lot of shit that I eat a lot of times because people throw it at me and I just take it because of what it is. But just know this, man. I do what I do because I love you guys. And I say this all the time. I wish I had a big Sale when I first started motorcycling, because I would have been better even in my MC. I would have been a better club brother. I would have been a better member, a better representative of the brand. But so now my goal is to give you guys everything I know, to give you my mistakes, to give you my goods, my bads, my uglies, so that you can use it. Take from me what you need. You might not need everything from me. Every fifth show, you might only need that information. Whatever it is that I give you and you take it and use it, and make it work for you, and do the research. Don't just believe what I say. Get out there and do the fucking research. I do research. I call people. I make phone calls from the West Coast to up north to down south. I make the phone call. Hey, big homie, you ever heard about this? What do you know about this? Where did it originate from? Because my thing, everything has to originate from somewhere. It has to have an origination. And if it doesn't have that, then it's somebody that man-made, is made up somewhere. And that's what causes, all of the drama. Because you said we were supposed to do this, and that ain't where, that started somewhere back down the way and all that. So, but that's what it is, brother. But I appreciate the question, and I appreciate you taking the time to come on screen with me, brother. Thank you.
Oh, no doubt. And somebody did ask the question, how do you do 8,000 miles? Do you have a job? Look, for me, I own a business and I'm always busy, but you know what? Even if you didn't go anywhere, then go yonder, if you ride your bike every day and every day is nice, it's easy to do 8,000 miles. I didn't go out of state.
Who asked that? I didn't even see that.
It was like way up before I cut off. I didn't go far out of state. I just went through 2 states at one point, and I did 11,000 miles like it was nothing. And I did that in 4 months. So
well, I tell people like this too. Okay. The difference between, and again, thank you for calling it, New York. The difference between a motorcycle owner and a motorcycle rider, especially if you're in an MC. If you have made the decision to be in an MC, then this should be your mind thought right here. This should be your thought pattern. And I'm gonna say this, and I want you to hear me when I say this. And again, this is just my opinion, but it makes sense. If you have decided to be in an MC, that means you don't like to ride, you love to ride. So that's the difference between a motorcycle owner and a motorcycle rider. A motorcycle owner, he like to ride whenever he can, whenever the weather is right, whenever he got his gear right, the whole 9 yards. You know, it's not that serious. A motorcycle rider, he gonna ride and he gonna find every opportunity to ride. Hey, baby, I need to go to the store. Okay, let me grab my key. Well, you can't put all that on your bike. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? So a motorcycle rider, when he goes to the garage, it could be 2 cars and his bike. He gonna take his bike. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, he gonna take his bike. Going to work, he gonna ride his bike to work, ride his bike home. Now, the average motorcycle rider, okay, if you're a rider, you do anywhere from 10 to 15,000 miles on your motorcycle by accident.
Yep.
When I say by accident, you don't even realize it, because let's just say you work. I'm gonna use it. Let's just say you work 40 miles, from work. From your house to your job is 40 miles. If you roll 1 week, that's 400 miles. If you rode every day, if the weather was right for you to ride 5 days a week, that's 400 miles. Then you're gonna get out on the weekend. You and your boy gonna bar hop or do whatever you're gonna do. That's another 200. That's 600 miles right there. If you was to do that, let's just say you do that. You do that 3 times a month. You ride to work, you hang out. You're looking at 2,000 miles. Anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 miles, and you done that just bullshit. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? So 8,000 miles may sound like a lot, but it's really not. If you're a motorcycle rider, it's nothing. It comes just like that. So it is what it is. But I hope that helped with that question.
All right, sir. Well, I'm gonna leave you be. Let you go ahead and do what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. We out here supporting you. I'm definitely out here supporting you, bro.
Well, I sure appreciate it, brother. Truly, I do. So thank you, sir. All right. We got so. It's a question. What happened to the Netflix deal? I am still with Netflix. My contract is not up. Again, it's in development. They're getting all these other stuff together. I guess they just wanted to lock me in and put me in rotation. I need you guys to get on their head like, hey, we need Big Sale, man. What up, Black Dragon, my partner? What we got? Okay, I think I answered most of these. Let me see. My man Bruce, take care again. Appreciate that donation. Again, if you want to be on my live, if you want to be on live with me, hit me up. Text me to 424-242-2355 so I can bring you on. I'm going to send you the code for you to click on and be on my live. I want you to explain the number with the clubs, 4881. Okay. So here's a question from a person. They don't want to be on live, but they want to know these answers. Okay. What up, Miss Pebbles? They want to know these questions. Let me see. I'm trying to. My man OG Al, AK Mando. OG Al is a highway, but he's a street bully, a highway bully. He finna do something real monumental too, so y'all stay tuned for OG Al. The question is, basically, what's up with all these different numbers? 48, 81, 78, the whole 9 yards. That's the question, and so on. Well, all I'm gonna say is this. If you don't understand what the numbers represent or what the numbers mean, that's because you're not in the MC. And because you're not in the MC, you're not supposed to understand what they mean. That is something that once you join an MC, then you learn about those numbers, those different, and every MC has one, or every MC has one. Every MC has the opportunity to use those numbers, and they represent that hidden part or that secret part of the MC. So the reason why you probably don't know what they mean is because you're not in the MC. And if you are in the MC and you don't know, that's because your MC is not there yet. So that's all I can give you on that. I hope that was not trying to be harsh and not trying to be no asshole, but that's just what it is. So it was my man Derek Brown. Derek Brown say, AK a year, Dan, how do you do that without a job? If I could take you guys to my motorcycle right now, last year was a slow year for me. Last year was really a slow year. This year probably gonna be a little bit more, but last year I did 37,000 miles on a bike, on my new bike, on History in Motion. And you guys know I didn't get History in Motion till mid-January, but I didn't get a chance to really ride it till February because I was hit. So I didn't get to ride it to the end of February. So from the end of February of last year till now, I'm at 38,000 miles on my bike. I leave here in a couple of days, heading to the West Coast. I have California, 3 times this year on my calendar, 3 times minimum this year. So California, a round trip to California and back is roughly anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 miles. So I'm gonna go with the low end. So if I do California 3 times this year, that's 15,000 just right there. Not to mention, I got everywhere else in between. So I should do 40,000 miles this year easy, with no problem. You feel what I'm saying? With no problem. And like I said, it just is what it is. Some of the I don't even remember most of the miles. You know. Thank you. D. Scott said, I appreciate your response and all the education. Thank you. Any questions? Y'all got any questions? Anybody want to be on? Anybody want to come on the show? If you don't, you just want to ask questions, ask me. This is your time. We're doing Q&A with Big Sale. Let's see if we can pay some of these commercials, and we will be right back.
Kings of the South MC presents their 3rd annual Houston Shutdown Walk. As they crown the city, March 25th through the 29th. Come out and celebrate with them Kings. Starting Thursday night with the block party. Friday, lunch at the Turkey Leg Hut. Friday night, meet and greet. Saturday, bike show and sound off competition. And Saturday night, the Royal Bash. Contact King Dub at 832-658-0522 or King Yo at 713-679-1894. And any other Houston King. For hotel and more info, Kings of the South MC, Houston. Don't miss it. Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck. It's the Queens of the South Motorcycle Club, and they want you to know it's 2020, and they are taking over Central Florida the weekend of April 17th to the 19th. All chapters will be present from Charlotte and Fayetteville, North Carolina, to Houston and Dallas, Texas, along with Birmingham and Huntsville, Alabama, and last but never least, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They pound coast to coast and have no boundaries as the riding never stops. Come out and celebrate starting Friday. Meet and greet, and Saturday, grill and chill block party from 4 p.m. until with your favorite queen. For hotels and more info, contact Queen Handful at 407-314-9360. Queen Takeoff at 619-886-9711 or Queen Double Scoop at 404-637-9900. Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show, the most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area, the highest quality customer service, and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
Say, man, we back on, we cracking. Just trying to make sure everything is working and on point with that. Okay, go back to this. All right, so some of these questions. Let me see. Derek Brown. Let me see. What we got, y'all? Okay. Ooh. I saw a question. All right, here we go. And let me see if I can find this question. Where is it at? Big Sarge. What up, Sarge? All right, here we go. Let me see. K Silverback. What up? Was it Turk Jones? Yeah, Turk Jones. All right, question from my man Turk Jones. Do you think the leadership is better on the white set rather than the black set because 99ers came first on our set? Turk Jones, do you think the leadership is better on the white set rather than the black set? Let me answer that first. What I will tell you is this, and this is from observation. I had never been in a white club. I can only tell you what I've observed from the white side. They got bullshit going on just like we got bullshit going on. The difference is that they are more committed to the lifestyle of biking, of being a biker, of motorcycling. Most of the blacks, most of blacks that motorcycle, we do this for a hobby. We join motorcycle clubs for a hobby. Most of the whites, when they join it, they live it as a lifestyle. It means everything to them. We as blacks are not that committed to the motorcycle culture. We're not that committed to the history of motorcycling. We're not that committed to the brotherhood of motorcycling or sisterhood of motorcycling. We only in it for the most part because it's cool. You make yourself, you make yourself look good in the whole 9 yards. But there's so much more to it, and the whites have mastered that. I ain't gonna they haven't mastered it, but they're just more intense with it. So there is a difference. They do kind of take it a little bit more serious. You hear black people say all the time, "It's not that serious for me. This shit ain't everything for me. This shit is a hobby." Okay, well, for the most part, like I said, the whites got a lot of bullshit they do it too, but for the most part, it's a little bit more serious for them than it is. They take it a little bit more serious than we do. Okay. So I hope that answers that question right there. Let's see. What my man Big Sarge say? Why you be hating on Trailer Miles, man? So me and my man Big Sarge, this is my man, soul brother Sarge, man. It is one of my best friends, man. And we go back and forth daily. We talk more probably than most people talk, and I love this brother with all my heart. Trust me, I do. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. But I'm gonna say this: it's been a lot of. I've been getting a lot of beat up a lot lately about bikes being on trailers. Okay, let me say this: Big Sale, don't give a fuck about if you ride your motorcycle, if you trailer your motorcycle. Big Sale, don't give a fuck if your motorcycle got matching wheels or don't got matching wheels. It is your motorcycle. It's for you to enjoy. It's for you to like. It's for you to ride. It's for however it is, it's your motorcycle. However, when I get a chance to laugh at your Mitch Mac wheel having ass, I'm going to laugh. However, when I get a chance to laugh at a completely functioning motorcycle, there's nothing wrong with the motorcycle. The motorcycle is completely inoperable, state. and you desire to put it on the trailer to go anywhere in these here United States, you decide to devalue the whole premises of what buying a motorcycle was, the freedom of not being in a cage, the freedom of being out in the open with God's creation and Mother Nature and the wild and all that bullshit that they say is all a part of. When you decide to put your bike on the trailer and I catch you, I'm going to get my motherfucking giggles. But again, it's your motorcycle, it's your trailer, do whatever. So don't take it personal. I'm just a comedian. You're part of the act. Period. So my man says the first letter and the second letter of the club is what the number means, I guess, if that's what you want to put it out there. Without a job, shit, consistently posting content is a job. And don't forget to donate. Thank you, my man Bruce Tick Perry. And again, if you want to be on the show with me, man, text me to 424 424-242-2355. Tell me you want to be on the show and I'll bring you onto the show. My girl Freedom. Again, what's up, Miss Freedom? You want to be on the show or you just want to drop those information? Here go my man right here. Hold on, let me send him the link right here. Bam. Hit that link, man, and come on the show. All right, so that's what that is. My man, Black Dragon. Black Dragon says, hey, can I do a video for you like I did for Black Dragon? We work at the nunchucks, telling people I watch FHO. Will you play the video? Brother, if you send me the video, I will play it. Promise you. I promise you I'll play it. Your music not on your commercials. I've peeped that. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm sorry. And to all my advertisers, I apologize. But at least they can hear the information. At least they can hear the number. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm using a totally different camera tonight, and it's still not happening. So thank you for that information, Sarge. How many miles you get in the first day on a cross-country trip? How many miles? All right, so now, this answer depends on the trip. For example, when I leave here in about another 10 days or so, 11, 5 days, 6, whatever I'm leaving there, I'm doing roughly 20, because I'm doing extra, because I got to go pick up somebody. So I'm doing an extra 400, 300 miles. I think I'm doing an extra 400. So you add that 400 to what I'm already doing, I'm doing a 3,000 miles. Okay. So our goal is to do 3,000 miles in 3 days. So that means no less than 1,000 miles a day. Now, all of this plays a factor. These are the things that play a factor on how many miles I'm gonna do a day. The weather, the bike, if the bike is running well, conditions are running well, weather, and road conditions. Sometimes I've been in situations where we had to sit on the side of the road for 2 hours because the freeway shut down. The accident shut the freeway down, shit like that. But if none of those things, if the weather is good, no accidents, and the bike is running, I'm doing 1,400 miles a day. The first day, everybody is geeked up. The first day, everybody is energized. The first day, everybody is on. They don't even realize that they done fucked up. The first day, everybody energy on high. Oh man, let's go. Room the gas and go. Come on, gas and go. So they don't even realize that they done fucked up. Because once I get you out past 800 miles, you can't turn around. So the first day, I try my best to do anywhere between 1,000 and 1,400 miles the first day. Then that makes the second day easier and the third day even easier. Let me bring on my guests. What up, baby? What's happening, baby?
What's up, fam? This is very, very cool.
What's going on, man? Introduce yourself, man. Tell the people who you is, man.
Hey, this is Q, Big Shots, ATL Hot Wheels. Just laying in the bed, chilling, and I had to come show my man some love. BK in the background. See you back there.
What up, B? What up, B? Say Q, man. Q is also, let me tell them, this is Q right here, Select Luxury Cars. This is the man you call if you're trying to buy a car. This is the man that has loaned himself out to you guys for the information that you need to help you buy a car to hold on. This is him. So, brother, I definitely want to thank you for being a sponsor. Thank you for supporting FHO. And more importantly, thank you for being my friend, brother.
Man, there was a point where I lost my love for riding and just getting out. And because of you and the FHO family, y'all made it fun. You made me wanting to get out and do things again. And just, I got a quick story about you talking about trailers. The first time I ever went long distance, me and my man put our bikes on a trailer, and I didn't know better yet.
Okay.
And we riding up 20, going to a bike event, and a group of girls on Harleys rode up next to me. And, you know, we tried to throw the peace sign. Yo, she looked at me and did like this, and just hit the gas and pulled off. I was like, really? I just got dissed by a chick on a bike. After that point, I never put my bike on a trailer ever again.
Now, listen, that was the norm, though. A lot of people, that was normal for a lot of people.
Nah, not the way she made me feel. She made me feel like real low life for having a Harley on a trailer.
So what has been the difference now, though, Q, for you as far as riding? What has been the difference for you now?
You know what? I'm excited when you text me, hey, FHO is going here. And, you know, I just appreciate the fact that I'm not FHO, but I'm honorary. And you know, I'm part of that family, man. And, you know, Bam and all the rest of them cats, man, took me in, took my wife in when we rode to Nashville, and my wife didn't get to ride with us because of work. But that next day, FHO picked her up, rode with her, made sure she was safe, and got there. I mean, it's a family you got going here, man. It's not only the people who's wearing that FHO patch, but it's anybody who's involved with you. If you know you family, man. And the way they took care of her and got her to Memphis, and we just enjoyed that weekend. It was real tight, man. It was real tight.
Yeah, we even had when we went to Niagara Falls, man, on her doing her little thing on that trike, man. You understand me?
Yeah. I mean, it just you always made sure it was a point of taking care of her and taking care of, you know, whatever was going on. It was just it's you put a lot of fun back into it for me. So I look forward to your text and, hey, FHO is going here. All right, bet I'm going.
Yeah.
So
well, we appreciate we appreciate having you guys, man. And again, it's just a beautiful thing because we reach out to anybody. Anybody can ride with FHO for the most part. If you got the heart and you really want to go, we're gonna get you there, man. And that's all we ask, man. So again, as always, brother, you got any specials going on down there at the car lot?
You know, always got something for FHO. You know what?
I saw you put that Bentley truck on there too. I need that for if I can get that for like $150 a month. I probably can get it for, I could probably do like $179 a month, man. But that's
I hit you this week with some specials for you to put up for the fam.
That'll work, man. Brother, I love you. Tell Brooklyn, tell the grandbaby, everybody I said, hey, man.
I'll talk to you. Love you, brother. Later.
Yeah, man. That's your boy Mike Q Goodall, man. So to answer that question, how many miles? What's the longest you stayed on the bike, gas stop to gas stop? I have been gas stop to gas stop. We call it light to light. We call it from if you ride with Snowman, you're gonna do light to light, meaning from gas light. From the time your gas light come on, you're gonna fill it up, and you ain't gonna get back off till the gas light come back on. With the new bike, with the M8, I've gotten 209, and I was coming home, so I felt if I run out of gas, I'll be a mile or two from the house, and I can kind of work that out. But the most that I've done on my bike is 209 miles on one tank on the new bike. On my old bike, the V Twin, I wouldn't even dare. I do average 180, 185 maybe. And again, it all depends on where I'm going, where I'm at, how hard I've been riding. But average is 180. I do 180 just about average. We do 180 a tank. So that's about how we run that. My man Savage, I'm Puerto Rican. What side of the set would I be considered, white, black, or Mexican? Well, see, that's the thing about you, Savage. By you being Puerto Rican, you could be on whatever side. Hell, you white, black, you a little bit of Mexican, you can choose. That's up to you what side of the set you want to be on. You feel what I'm saying? That's the advantage that you got being Puerto Rican. You understand me? You got that whole advantage, man. My man Vernon Poe. What advice would you give Big Sale as he is about to post his first video knowing what you know? Much love and respect for what you do. It's most appreciated. What advice would you give Big Sale as he is about to post his first video knowing what you know now? So if I was Big Sale and I was seeking advice, or what advice would I give to Big Sale? to understand that it's not about you. That's the advice that I would give Big Sale, to understand that it's not about you. I say this all the time, and I'm going to say it today. Motorcycling is an individual sport with team players. I know that sounds fucked up, but try to figure it out. Get it in your mind. Motorcycling is an individual sport with team players when you join the MC. Okay, when you join the MC, it's an individual sport with team players. So I would tell Big Sale, hey, it's not about you. Everything ain't about you. I know you want to be fly. I know you put this money into your motorcycle. I know you got your gear right, but it's not about you. That would be the best advice I would give you. It's not about you, and to learn as much as you can. Stop talking and start listening. Man, I surely enjoyed hanging with the FHO family last month. Never forget it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. My man, can I follow in my semi? Yes, you can. Anytime. Follow. We need a semi behind us, so we would love to have a semi. We would love to have a semi. Let me see. Let's see. Bruce, my man Bruce says, with the corona being a nationwide threat and congregating large groups being unadvisable, what you going to do? I haven't changed my life not one bit for this new thing going on. I ain't gonna give it the honor of saying his name. I haven't changed my life. I ain't went and bought no toilet paper. I ain't went and bought no water. I ain't did shit. I am, I'm here. I mean, this shit is what it is. I got my own theories about it. And whatever it is that you need, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just telling you what me and mine have done. We haven't done absolutely nothing different besides pay attention to probably what's going on. But my thing of it is this: I'm prayed up and I believe in that. And that's what has to work for me. So the only thing I worry about, and I did a video on it yesterday, was taking this trip, was that I worry if the gas stations are going to be open. I just wonder if the gas stations are going to be open. I hope that they will be open when I take this journey. If not, that's the only thing I worry about, is that, it ain't gonna be a worldwide shutdown where you can't get no gas and shit like that. Other than that, I'm ready to go. My girl Freedom says, when is FHO going to throw a party? I love to roll up to a good party. Right now with FHO, what I did was I'm giving ourselves, the family, we want at least 4 or 5 years to build a family. We want to spend time with ourselves, and get to know each other, habits, our goods, our bads, our ugly, because in a family, you got brothers and sisters that fight and argue. Fighting is not allowed in FHO, but arguing, you can get you a good argument in. You can get you some fuck yous in and some leave me the fuck alones in, and, stay the fuck away from me. You can get all them in, but you can't throw no punches. But I think what I'm doing with FHO is I'm taking the first 4 or 5 years for us to spend time with us. When we go out of town, we stay in Airbnbs, we eat together, we cook, we wash dishes. The ladies don't just cook. I mean, the last time we was out, I cooked dinner Friday night. I think Don cooked breakfast Saturday morning. And then when we went to Jacksonville, we had D and Ron, they cooked, and D just loves to cook. So whenever D is around, you can't cook nothing. You can't even go your ass in the kitchen unless if you're in the, what you want? You understand what I'm saying? So, but I think that's what most MCs miss, is that they so busy to get out and make money and to start making money and to start being public, that they never get to know their family. If it was up to me, if I was the commissioner of the motorcycle set and I was to set the rules, no motorcycle set could throw a party within the first 5 years. You're not allowed to party within the first 5 years. You got to have 5 years in before you're even allowed to throw a party. And that gives you time to learn your brothers and sisters, to ride together, to fight, to argue, to fuss, to get the rules and everything properly, to amend the bylaws, and to deal with everything. Because you need that time. You need that. 5 years is nothing. That shit go by like that. So you need that time to get all this type of stuff together. All right, we're going to play a few more commercials. We're going to come back and answer some questions, man. Anybody want to be on the show, man, hit me up. 424-242-2355. Bring you right on the screen.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty. Dallas, Texas, and all surrounding cities, introducing to you the Fry King. Located at 1013 West Pleasant Run, Lancaster, Texas, 75146. Specializing in specialty fries and loaded potatoes. Fry King. Open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And for all you late night snackers, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Mention FHO Podcast Radio and get 10% off your entire meal. Fry King. Fry King. Contact info 323-FRY KING. That's 323-379-5464. Check out their website where you can see the full menu at FryKingTX.com. Also on Facebook as the Fry King. Also available for private catering and all your special event needs. The Fry King, Dallas, Texas. Gaddafi Entertainment Group presents Yo Roger. It's time for Hogs Gone Wild, hosted by your boy Big Sal. FHO's HNIC with special guest Mr. Tom McCarthy at Keystone Raceway, 538 Stone Jug Road, New Alexandria, PA 15670. This all goes down May 8th through 10th. We're racing, Hot Street, Pro Street, ET Street, Street Class, Non-Bagger, plus Big Wheel Bagger Shootout. Also, Saturday night, Riders Meet and Greet at Club VIP, Gaddafi ENT, plus Hogs Gone Wild, and FHO, all in the same place at the same time. It's definitely gonna be some fast going down. Don't miss it.
Say, man, you all know I've been doing the ISO T challenge, man. I've been doing my thing. I'm losing the weight. I'm losing the inches. It's a beautiful thing. The best thing I love about it most is easy. This shit is easy to do, especially for a lazy fat kid like me. I got two guests finna come on, man. My girl Freedom and my boy Bam Bam. Just stay tuned right after this.
You know summer is coming. Time to start trimming down. The IASO Detox Tea is all you need to start on your way to that karate body and a healthy you. The IASO Detox Tea comes in a kit that does it all. From boosting energy to all your vitamins. With a smooth and gentle detox. Easy and simple to use. Drink one bottle of tea in the morning, along with the NRG Energy Tablet and iShot Nutra Burst for all of your essential vitamins for just 5 days a week. You don't have to change your eating habits or get your ass to the gym. IASO Detox Tea. Grab yours today at FastHarleysOnly.com. At FastHarleysOnly.com.
All right, we back on, man. Let me bring my guest on. What's going on, Miss Lady? How you doing?
Man, I'm on. I won't say quarantine, but I'm just trying to do my part with society. You know what I'm saying?
Say, man, let me tell y'all who this lady is, man. She is so humble. This lady is somebody that you want to know. She recently was just a part of the new Harley Davidson ad campaign. When you see the new Harley Davidson campaign and you see the little female on the bike, well, it's two of them, but she's one of the females that was out there.
Sisters. Yeah, me and Christina.
Yeah. So, and she's very knowledgeable. She's like me. She loves the history. She loves the knowledge of the bike set, and she's just an awesome individual. The only problem that I have with her is that she rides Prince's old Purple Rain bike, but she won't. Other than that, she won't let it.
Can I explain that? Can I explain that?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Okay. First of all, as far as Harley Davidson is concerned, if you're a rider, if you like cross country riding, street riding, whatever you do, it's a great bike. When my bike got totaled in 2015, I grew up, as a young girl, I saw Purple Rain. And I always, Prince was on a Honda-matic. If you know what a Honda-matic is. It's like an automatic car. It wasn't like a normal, clutch style motorcycle.
So it's just a high-powered moped.
Like that part. But Prince was a biker. If you ever watch Graffiti Bridge, it's the scene where Prince goes up those stairs. He was a biker to me. I just, not only is he a great musician, but he just had that biker way about him. So when my bike got totaled, I love stock Harley Davidsons. I don't really care for too many aftermarket parts. I feel like when if you get a Harley and you just, sometimes you need some modifications, but if they're great bikes, but when I was looking at Harleys online when my bike got totaled, I just saw so many bikes or whatever. So anyway, this beautiful 1978 Honda Goldwing just appeared on the screen.
Lord have mercy.
And I printed, it was black, it was beautiful, and it just was like, okay. And so I printed it out. And so when all my money started coming in from my accident, it was still available. So I had my homeboy Shorty Lowe. He's an OG Rising Sun out of Fresno, California. I found the bike in Fresno on Craigslist. And I said, Shorty, I called Shorty. I said, Shorty, go check out this Goldwing. He was like, Goldwing? So, he went and checked it out and he's like, Freedom, buy it. And so I bought it. I had it shipped to LA. And as soon as I seen the bike, I hadn't saw the bike in person. So I was a little intimidated by the bike. But I'm just the kind of person, I love all kind of bikes. And I think any real motorcyclist, you like Harleys, you like Ducatis, you like cafe bikes, you like chop. You know what I mean? I have a collection of bikes that I like. So
no, but what I'm saying, and I say that because that's one of the things.
And let me say this. I got a lot of slack. As soon as I pulled up to Showtime's house, they was like, what? But it's grown on people. You can't really find bikes like that. It's still, with the Craig Better fairing and the bags and all that. So, for the price point, it was like a $2,000 bike.
Freedom, I love you.
I do me. I do me.
Let me ask you this. Because you do the history the way you do, somebody's phone needs to be turned down. Somebody's phone is echoing. It might be yours, Bam. I just added you, so let me see something.
Yeah, I don't think it's mine.
Yeah, turn yours down. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me remove him real quick. Stay right there, Bam. I'm gonna add you back. All right. So from the time, Freedom, that you got into this thing, and you gave your story on my show earlier. From the time you got into this thing, just watching it grow, the bike set where it is now, will it survive going at the rate it's going?
Oh, totally. I think shows like yours are a big part of that. The event that Showtime is throwing in June, the history of the motorcycle set. I think those things are great advocates for what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, why wouldn't it? It's been around for over 60 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying with the time changing, the new technology and everything that's going on, we just had 18 shot in Ohio, and we just had 7 shot the other day. It's a lot of stuff going on that now with these cell phones, a lot of stuff is being made public. You got the FBI trying to keep us from wearing our patches. We're trying to keep us from being in groups of 3 and 4 and 5 and stuff like that. With all this different type of stuff going on, I know you said it's nothing new, but I'm saying now with the push that they have to end that, I'm just saying, with all of that, how do you feel about that?
I think the biggest enemy we have, and I'll say this, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but I think that I'm only speaking from the Black community, and I've been around a lot of motorcycle communities. I think that if we don't hold to the tradition and the unity that it started from, that will hurt us. If you read Toby Jean's book, he modeled his club after the HAs.
Yes.
When they saw their club, he was like, I want my club to be, you know what I mean? He wrote it was in the book. So it was the structure that was great, but they still did their own thing as Black men for what they wanted to do. So I think if we don't hold true to that part, that will hurt us. I think if we, you know, whatever beefs are going on, I know those things are part of any culture, not just motorcycle riding, but I think we have to protect that part from, I mean, look at LA. You got a lot of brothers that was Crips and Bloods in the same club. And I think, I can't, this is just conversation, so I'm not speaking for anyone in particular, but I'm just saying that a lot of those brothers came from those different cultures that came into the motorcycle culture just to ride or whatever they wanted to do, but they were united. So I think that is our biggest threat, that we have to continue or to really preach, you know, unity. And I see that happening in LA. I see that a lot on Divided Times on their IG. They always talk about unity. And I know a lot of other clubs talk about that. I'm just speaking to them in particular. So I think we could be our greatest enemy. I don't, you know, it's been around. It's not going anywhere, but it's just how do we want to keep that particular, you know, keep the set going strong and be able to, you know, I asked you that question about pulling up because as a biker chick, I love that. I love to be able to go on my motorcycle and ride somewhere cool and go to a nice party and get my boogie on and ride home.
Yeah. I mean, and patronize
that club with my money. Because when I come to your club and I pay your fees to get in and I buy your drinks, I'm patronizing your club. I'm supporting what you're trying to do.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, man. But like I said, with FHO, my goal is to build. I believe that brotherhood is real, even though it's not happening. I believe sisterhood is real, brotherhood is real. Yeah, that's what I said. Sisterhood is real too, and I believe that we can do it as a people. You know, they always say Black people can't work together. We can't never get along.
Yes,
I believe we can.
We do.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah. So. But you know, that's what I'm working on. Then we will get to the partying because there's plenty of partying going on. So.
Oh no, and I loved your answer to my question. I think that, you know, when you mentioned the 5-year, I see so many of my brothers in a, you know, you get in the club and you want to start changing things, but you haven't been a member 5 years. Why don't you just be a good club member? You know what I'm saying? And then somebody that's in office may even approach you to be a president or VP. That's when you know you're doing something right. But if you want to come in and be like, well, I want to be the this and I think I did that, it's like, no, why don't you just be a part of the team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna grow. I think, you know, I think perspective is everything. I think if we have a negative, you know, I mean, I'm not a big Facebook person, but I remember a few years ago, there was like this big negative thing about the set. It ain't this, it ain't that. And it used to really tick me off when I would hear that, because I feel like when you have that attitude, you really are disrespecting the OGs and what this is all about. So I think it's just our perspective. I think if we keep preaching about what we want or how we want it, or, you know, I think the biggest example is leading by example. I don't think you have to necessarily say anything, but what you do will just be like that. I encourage a lot of lady riders that when they don't feel respected or don't feel heard, I'm like, just ride your bike and it'll all work out. You know?
Well, there it is there.
It just, you know.
I appreciate you, sis. I thank you for coming on.
Huh?
I said I appreciate you for coming on.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
All right, enjoy your night.
And I hope to see you at the end of March.
Maybe. I know I'll be there. Yeah. We kicking it. What you mean? Yeah, you there? I already got your spot reserved and everything. You good?
And I was so glad that the Soul Brothers put out a little thing like, no, we're still having our event. You know what I'm saying? I think we could all be safe and be wise in what we do and still enjoy each other. Because I think even though what all is going on, it's nice to still have these little outlets if we're able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be an issue with that shit. I think we're gonna have a damn good time.
I don't think it is.
I love you, sis. I'll talk to you. See you in a minute.
Love you too. All
right, my man Bam been waiting for a minute. What up, Bam? What's happening, baby?
What's going on, Big Sale? What's up here from Waldorf, Maryland? Good to see you. Doing your thing, baby.
I'm trying, man. What you got for me, Bam? What you got for me, man?
I just had, I wanted to say I want to thank you for doing your show. I want, even if you say something, we may agree, we may disagree, but it's always something to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just like somebody said earlier, I wish I had a big sale. I wish I had these shows coming up. But what I wanted to talk to you about was something that you touched on with the young lady. Was it Freedom, the one that came before me? When they were talking about the history, I think one of the biggest problems with the set is that too many people are trying to be something else. Just like she mentioned, Toby Jean and the East Bay Dragons modeling their club off of another club. They weren't trying to be that club. They formulated their club for their own reason. And I think a lot of these motorcycle clubs are falling by the wayside because if you go up and ask their people, why does your club exist? They probably can't tell you. And I think that is more important because, again, we talk about all kinds of things except riding a doggone motorcycle. And what I wanted to ask you is, how much of being in an MC do you think is riding a motorcycle? Wow. We can argue about PROs. We can argue about women clubs. Are you a real MC if you got women in your club? We can argue about all this other stuff except the one thing that really does unite us, which is the doggone motorcycle.
Say, brother,
you ain't no real MC if you don't ride a Harley. You ain't no MC if you do this. Why don't we let the party people party? Ain't nothing stopping. Ain't nothing making you go to anybody's party. Ain't nothing making Big Sale come to any party up here in Maryland or DC or Baltimore if he don't want to. So what's wrong with letting the party people party? Let the pounders pound. Let the people going from gas station to gas station pick a new gas station. Why we got to be arguing over this simple stuff? So I asked
you hitting on some you hitting on some real powerful shit right now. One thing I always say is this: is that there's levels in motorcycling. There's levels. Okay. The biggest problem I have is when a person on this level is acting like they're on this level. You understand what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Again, there's nothing wrong with any level. Like you said, if you join the motorcycle club to party, then that's what you joined it for. If you join a motorcycle club to go gas station to gas station, that's what you joined it for. If you joined it to get miles, that's what you joined it for. There's nothing wrong with that, hands down. You cannot, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, knock any level of motorcycling that there is. My biggest thing is that when you come to me and when you want to have a conversation with me, if it's not about getting yonder, then we can't talk. So now you mad at me because I don't have nothing to say to you because I don't go gas station to gas station. I don't do the parties. I don't do this. And my biggest thing is this. There's enough room for everybody. There's enough shit going on the motorcycle set for everybody, like you just said. If partying is what you do, they got those. If bar hopping is what you do, they got those. If gas station to gas station, different meeting up, hanging out, and they got those too. The biggest thing I think, Bam, is that a lot of people are not really respecting the culture of it all. They're not caring about the whole culture, the whole what it stands for. A lot of people are selfish in this thing, man. And with that selfishness comes all of the other fucked up shit that come along with it.
And I'll say this real quick. I know there's other people might be waiting, but let me say this one thing about culture. You talked about levels. Okay. And I think a lot of people approach you at this level right here because that's all they know. That's all they've been taught. I see Miss Showtime and Freedom and a lot of other people talking about history. Well, if the only history you got was about clubs at this level and you ain't never got no experience of clubs down here, you're never going to even know about the culture because all you're going to see is above your pay grade or in another level. You see what I'm saying? And all I've ever said about history, I'm a big history buff. When you talk about, let's say Hollister 47, let's talk about the emergence of OMC's 1% clubs. That means they split off from something. Well, what they split off from kept going. The AMA still exists. The AMA still charters clubs in 2020. So if I'm down here at this level, why isn't the history that I'm exposed to at this level?
Well,
You
like
wouldn't
I
have
said,
nobody stepping up to you right here. If I'm already down here, I might want to come up here if I get exposed to some history. If I get exposed to some okay, you know what? Our club might be built like that. Let's try that. Otherwise, hey, I'm cool right here in this far. What they say, slower traffic, keep right. I'm cool over here in this right hand lane.
That part. Well, that's
as
the
long as you
thing
don't
though.
swerve in my lane, you
but
can
that's
go
the
be.
thing. That's the thing too that I reach out to my OGs. Like, but you gotta understand this. They always say the game is to be sold, not told. Okay?
Absolutely.
And I don't have a problem with that. I go and I seek out the game. You understand what I'm saying? When I come to the clubhouse, I'm looking for the OG in the corner, the OG most likely behind the bar, chilling. You know, I'm looking for the OG that's doing that. So a lot of it, Bam, has to do with, again, what you want as an individual. I can only be on whatever level that I want to be on. I don't care where Bam is. Bam can be up here. Big Sale can be up here. But if I don't want to be up there, if I don't want to say, well, damn, what Bam and them doing up there? You know, how they get up there? Oh, well, you got to go, this way. Oh, fuck all that. I'm just going to stay right here. You understand what I'm saying? So it's up to the individuals. And that's what I'm trying to say. The biggest thing for me is that, again, you can motorcycle on whatever level of motorcycling you want to motorcycle on. You understand what I'm saying? But just be true to yourself and admit whatever level it is that you want to be on. You have to admit that. And when you don't admit that, and when you try to speak on or to act like or to represent or be a part of another level that you're not on, it just makes you look stupid. It makes you look, it makes Bam say, man, what the fuck is this weirdo? You understand what I'm saying? And then you just turn it off. So that's what a lot of the OGs, you have to understand this. A lot of the OGs, when they was trying to teach, when they was trying to teach you and trying to show you and trying to get you to understand, and you didn't want to listen, man, anybody talking to the old ass motherfucker, man. He ain't, he's sitting over there, all by himself. So now the OG just say, fuck it. I'm not gonna give you the game,
But you know what, Sal? Real talk. I'm an instructor by trade. I actually write lesson plans, all that kind of stuff. The biggest problem I see as far as the education on the set, you got to educate those who want to be educated.
Yeah.
What I see is a lot of OGs, they'll talk, but they talking to the wind. Okay. When I was 27 and first got my bike, I wasn't trying to hear that stuff either.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was trying to hear that stuff. But just like Sal said, he's built to go find that education. You need to, when they come to you, are you ready? You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people are just teaching for the sake of teaching. It goes right back to something that Sal say. Sal might say a lot of things I disagree with, but I agree with Sal on this. You're in the world, you're in the way.
That part, goddamn it.
But that also includes the educators. Why are you talking to somebody that has not shown any interest in what you're talking about?
Wow.
Now, when they come back later, okay, they went from gas station to gas station. Now Sal come up, he talking about FHO and yonder and numbers and all this type of, I'm like, well, what is that? Well, if I'm not built like that, it's not gonna matter. But if I am somebody that want to say, you know what, I want to get more out of this motorcycling than just this or that or the other, that's how you get motorcycle clubs to endure. Because you get that new blood, you get that new experience, you get those new miles in there, and you're exposed to new things. But if you steady doing the same thing you did in 1986, you ain't invited nobody in, you ain't taught nobody, you ain't prospecting nobody. How can you expect that club to have longevity?
And the other part of that too, and I tell a lot of my OG clubs is that I've heard this. Man said, we ain't got time for none of these young niggas. That's why we ain't even taking no more members. Well, you do know that you motherfuckers gonna die and pass the fuck off, right?
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, no, it's something wrong with it because you gotta continue on the club. If y'all say y'all not taking no more members or y'all not dealing with no youth, then once y'all die, the club die, it's gone.
And if they fine with that, like I said, there's Vietnam veterans clubs out there like that. There's only so many Vietnam veterans out there.
Yeah.
Once they all die, that's it. Now they can either rebrand and let other people in, or the show is over.
Period.
And all I've ever said is, as long as people know why they here, like I said with the club, you talk to a club, ain't got no mission, ain't gonna be here 5 years anyway. They have no party.
That part.
But you got to know why you here too. And it might just be the party and bullshit. But that don't mean you got to be doing that 10 years from now. And when you come and mature and get those miles and get that experience, you probably going to end up being the OG. Are you ready to go out there and tell that young? That's why we have this disconnect. That's why people ain't trying to get in clubs. Yeah, it's the politics, but it's also, well, hell, I'm here. I got a bike. You told me to go learn, but you ain't teaching me nothing. What am I supposed to do?
Who am I supposed to go learn it from? Who am I supposed to go learn it from? The Rock?
I mean, listen, the School of Hard Knocks is, it still turns out graduates. But I got you, and I got you. And what you're saying is some powerful shit because, like I said, all I'm saying, and I'm telling everybody, the OGs are out there. Yes, they may be a little stubborn. Yes, they may not be as cool as you are, but they out there. And if you approach them right and present yourself as somebody that's not going to waste their time, then they will give you that time and they will give you that education. And then once you get it, it's on you to have it and to pass it again to those that will listen. Because one thing I'm not going to do, like I said, I do my show based on whether one person listen and get it or whether 100 people get it. I don't do it for the likes and the giggles. I do it because, hey, I wish somebody had done it for me. Well, the last thing I would say, like you said, the game is to be sold, not told. It's amazing how much game you can get with a fifth of Jack.
That part. Shit, I done got game with a goddamn Corona.
A Corona, a shot of hen, tell me about a good restaurant in DC, anything.
Period. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I appreciate you, brother.
All right, you keep doing what you do, Sal. We're going to listen for the next show, baby.
That is there, man. That's my man, Bam, man. He has some good shit, man. So, the game, I'm telling you, it's out there. If you want a motorcycle on whatever level you want a motorcycle on, it is possible to get it in, man. So, again, I hope I answered some questions. It was some tough ones that you guys put on here, some cool ones, some real knowledgeable questions. I want to thank my girl Freedom for coming on. I want to thank my man New York, my man Q, my man Bam. I thank you guys for coming on the show, man, and helping me with this show tonight. I want to thank the questions that I got tonight, man. And again, I'm here, man. The number is 424-242-2355. It doesn't change. That is the FHO hotline number. I try my best to answer it as much as I can. If I don't answer it live, I'll call you right back, leave a message, and I'll get back to you. But it is what it is, man. This motorcycle set we have, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hands down. I thank God that I was introduced to it, and all of you guys. I just love you guys for where we are, man. So, like my girl Freedom says, she believes it's still gonna be here. We just gotta get it together, man. It's a lot going against us right now, more so than ever. And we just have to hold on and come together as a people, and we can make this thing, get this thing back on point, man. But man, support your OGs, man. Show them some love. You feel what I'm saying? Walk up to them, shake their hand, and give them that respect that they deserve for being here and for putting it down, man. So that's all I could tell you guys. For me and mine, we're going to motorcycle as best as we can, as great as we can. I hope you guys had a chance to enjoy your Sunday. I did mine very well. I enjoyed mine super duper well. And as always, man, it is what it is when it comes to the game, man. Okay? So I love you guys. Stay tuned for so much more this week we got going on. And again, ride your ride. Love what you do. And just be safe, man. All right, y'all. Time to go.
Big Sal, you a fool for this one. That's right. FHO. Shit. Let's roll. Huh? FHO. 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 Selling your radio. FHO. 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 Sell on your radio. FHO. 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 Selling your radio. FHO. Oh. FHO. Sale on your radio. Big Sale on your radio. Best podcast show since the Misfits couldn't carry on. But I'ma carry on and get the party cracking. The homegirl 7 carats known for text blasting. Yeah, she on the rock. If you want action, 800 plus, it's a known fashion. Keep a backup plan, custom wheels cracking. Big Sale can keep it real. What a passion. All gas, no break, in and out of traffic. You see your brother on a hole, respect the passions. Whether they outlaws or outcasts. Big Sale's top 5 when you in traffic. Roger, mind your business, stay in your own lane. Respect others in the sector game. Spread black love the old-fashioned way. You miss the West with the South, it's a master pass. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale in your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale on your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale in your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale on your radio.
Again, appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the donations. Don't forget, man, support the channel, support the platform. I need you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. And again, man, I love you guys. Don't forget the 5 things I'm gonna leave you with. Ride your own ride, stay in your own lane, mind your business, have enough love in yourself to have some love for me. We're gonna ride for love and let it ride, man. We gone, man.
F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale in your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale on your radio. F-H-O.
This is FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
Sale on your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale in your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale on your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale in your radio. F-H-O, F-H-O, F-H-O. Sale on your radio.
What up? I listen to on the Big Show in the FHO radio.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Sale, man, the FHO, NIC, KEMMY, man. You know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
Yo, man, it's your boy Big Sarge from Florida Chapter Soul Brothers, man. Y'all know how I get down. I'm always listening to my man, Big Sale from FHO Podcast Radio. He keep it motorcycling.